What's up, Internet? This is Rambling Josh, and you're watching another episode of Let's Play Shovel Knight. Last time around, we finished off the third section of the game. So now, basically, all that's left to do is purchase the last of the upgrades, and then head to the final stages. So that is all of the armor good and purchased. I bought all the shovel upgrades, so the only thing... I've got all the upgrades. All I've got left is the scrolls to give to the bard. Wow, I'm wording very good today. So let's see, that's 37, so that's perfect. I've got all of the scrolls so far. I can turn in this last meal ticket. So the good news is, money does not matter anymore. I have literally nothing left to spend my money on. That's not what I wanted to do. I thought I was on the propeller dagger. So, literally all we have to do is the final areas now, and there's a few music sheets to find in these areas, so we'll do that, but yeah. Oh, really? I almost made it. That's just a really cool strategy, and yeah. Like I said, I don't care about money, so I'm not even going to bother trying to pick up my bags. This screen's kind of finicky because to do it right, you're kind of relying on the little propeller rat on the right here to align himself properly. But it's not the way you have to do it, but it's far and away the fastest way. Yeah, he's not going to cooperate this time around. The stage is kind of funny, actually, because I ended up dying here so many times during one of my playthroughs that I just, like... I know all of the fastest ways to get through here, like, inside and out. Okay, this screen is... Oh man, this screen, dude. This is far and away the hardest screen in the entire game. Probably both for skilled and new players alike. Whether it's your first playthrough or your 7,000, this is probably going to be one of the hardest screens in the game. I probably died here like 40 times the first time playing through. There's the music sheet down there in that little alcove, by the way, if you didn't see me get it. I guess I was exaggerating a little bit because I've kind of got it down at this point, but like... Seriously, I died here so many times, it's not even funny. Stupid bite spirits, go away. The cool thing about these samurai dudes is they're kind of like sitting on the ceiling, so you can kill them with a charge shot before they have a chance to pounce on your face. Also, you can flex back the arrows of these dudes. It's kind of hard to do, but I literally dropped down here specifically so I could show that off because I think it's pretty cool. Oop. Get out of here. Isn't that fun? You can of course go along the bottom there using the phase locket. I'll show you why that actually makes sense to do. So you can do that. I guess you can maybe use the mobile gear as well. But whatever. Is there anything up here? There is. I've never actually checked that before. But they're both bombs. Screw that, that's so troll. This area is pretty cool, just because it's all like silhouette-y and stuff. Normally I would just skip past these guys, but there's a fishing spot here. And I need to not be bothered by them while I'm fishing, because... well, I need to not be bothered by them while I'm fishing. And that is all of the scrolls in this stage. Now here we've got some annoying stuff here. There's a block there you can break, by the way, so you don't have to go the long way around to the bottom. So on this screen, there's some die already, Jesus. So there's some platforms that you can't actually stand on. If you look... did I not just kill you? Good lord. If you look really closely, some of the platforms you can see the rain bouncing off of them, and some of them you can't. So that's your clue as to what platforms you can and cannot stand on. And just like that, we're done the stage already. We've got the boss, of course, but this is Black Knight 3. Hello, Enchantress. The whole storyline behind Black Knight's a little weird because he's like... I don't know. His motivations are a little... I guess they're at conflict with his morals, I guess. And we can kind of... okay, well my timing was a little bit bad there, but we can chain him pretty efficiently with the propeller dagger. Get on top. No, come on. No. You can do at least 7 million damage if you are pogoing on his head when he's calling the meteors. There we go. That wasn't too bad, I guess. It's a surprisingly easy boss fight, honestly. I mean, the meteors do a ton of damage, but... yeah. Even if you don't have the ability to chain him very effectively with the propeller dagger, I've never really found that fight to be too hard. So that was one of the final stages, and here we have another one. This one I find a little bit harder. These are basically... because this game is, if you hadn't noticed, very kind of Mega Man-esque. We had the 8 Knight stages where they're basically like the 8 robot masters. And now we have the bonus stages, which are basically like the Dr. Wily stages. Or the Sigma stages, if Mega Man X is your thing. So yeah, like I said, these are basically the Wily / Sigma stages. That one slime is so troll. He's always there, literally, and you have no choice but to just pogo him to death before... sorry, words. Before breaking the block below him. This part of the stage is really annoying. There's 2 ways you can do this. What you can do is, if you go up to the top here, you can jump on top of here, and you can use the propeller dagger to get through the rest of the screen, like easy peasy. But there is a music scroll that I need, and I'm not confident that I can get it without taking the long way around. So this is actually like a really annoying screen because you have to deal with like stuff falling, and you have to time very precisely when you knock the statue through it. And you got little propeller dudes trying to blow you off. That one propeller dude, I swear, is the most annoying enemy in the entire game. But I killed him just fine, so yay for that. I made this screen look easy, honestly. Like, normally I have a fair amount of trouble with that. This is another one of those stages where it can be really tricky to try and do it without using any checkpoints. I was stuck on this one for a while in my no checkpoint run. Oh, that was a stupid death. That's never happened before. If you're looking to get the music sheets, it's pretty important to get the quick cycle on the next part of, not the next part, but like the one segment of this area right here. Basically what that means is you are able to get up here, like this, before having to wait for the next cycle. So you can get that before this part of the scene goes back to the left. Because if you have to wait for the next cycle, then you're not able to collect that music page at all. And now we get to have a little bit of fun in the ceiling. I almost made it all the way up. Unfortunately, you have to wait for the screen to scroll all the way up before you can actually leave the screen anyways, so... yeah. Now we have the fun part. I said this was like a Mega Man game, right? Well... now we have the refights. This is actually... I don't need any relics for this guy. The refights in this game are actually surprisingly easy because you're given chicken after every single fight, so you can start every boss from max health, which, as you can imagine, is very handy. Your magic doesn't refill every fight, but I think every second fight they give you a large magic pot. So this time around I'm going to fight him using Chaos Spheres. I guess I should demonstrate some other stuff that he does. Specifically, if you are pogoing on top of him, most of the time he'll put his shovel up. And if you pogo more than like twice, he'll kind of bash his shovel upwards, which will hurt you and stuff. Chaos Orbs, you can kill him really quickly though, because he's so big and the way the spheres kind of bounce around. Oh, you went down there. Sneaky. Oh, and you're... stop it. And what we're going to do is open that. You don't actually have to... you can save the chicken until mid-fight if you want. So, yeah, I mean, that pretty much speaks for itself, I guess, really. There's a couple of reasons to do that. Now, one is if you want to just maximize the efficiency and just not use chicken when you're at, like, pretty much full health already. The other thing is you can use the platter to bounce off of, which is a good way to... Well, for one thing, you can do this with Propeller Knight, which is kind of cool. But it's also a good way to charge up the charge attack of your Dynamo armor. I never used the anchor on Propeller Man, did I? That's kind of cool. Somehow, no matter what I do, that fight ends up taking the exact same length every time. Oh god. Stupid Plague Knight. I accidentally grabbed the chicken, or I accidentally hit the platter, rather. Oh. You can do a lot of damage if you're bouncing on top of the Plague Knight when he's doing that thing where he's throwing several vials in a row from the like floating up in the air. But it's really random when he does it. I don't think there's any particular cue, so it's basically down to luck. One thing about Tinker Knight is that the platter that is currently on the ground will always disappear once he goes to his mech stage. So you want to be sure to open up the platter before then. Oop, I fell. That wasn't too bad. Unfortunately, I don't have too much... Well, this is going to have a pot in it, so I've got a little bit of... Oh, it doesn't have a pot in it. What? Oh, whatever. Stop going up. There we go. That was a nice combo. Man, these final stages are going really fast. I didn't expect them to go quite that quickly. I guess the thing about them is that they're really short, but they... the intention is that you spend a lot of time on them because they're hard and you're going to die a lot. So you can shovel all your friends up, and I don't know if it actually makes any difference at all, but it's the nice thing to do. I could hand in my music sheets, but I don't care. So this is the final stage. I'm just going to go for it. So we just kind of fall down here. And this is kind of a Zelda style. Wait for all the tiles to fly at you. They fly, the spot that they fly to is where you were standing when they fly out, so the best way to handle them is typically to alternate between standing up high and just falling down and stuff. And then I died, so I guess ignore my advice, because apparently I don't know what I'm talking about. Wow. These things are trolling me hard today. I guess not too bad. I only died once. It's not that big. So I'm falling down on the left side here because there's a little secret area. This part of the game is kind of cruel, and I really dislike it, to be honest, because... Well, before that, let's grab all of these things. There's a red fish over there. And if we look at this, I have 37 music sheets returned, 9 in my bag, and 46 total. So I have all of the music sheets. I don't have any way of turning them all in right now because I'm in the middle of the level, but... Yeah, that thing I was saying about not liking this part of the game. Or not this part of the game, but particularly that, like, those screens, because... I don't know. To me, it's really important at the end of a game like this to have, like, a dramatic walk-up. Like, I guess it's not important, but, like, that's what they tried to do, right? They have this dark screen where it's, like, they're, like, building the hype where it's like, yeah, the final boss is coming. Look at all the edgy darkness and stuff. But then they have these blocks that you have to, like, walk on, and it's, like, there's all these pits and you're not sure where is where, so, like, what ends up happening is you have to go really slow to be like, okay, where's the pits? Am I gonna die? Like, it's not hard, it's just, like, annoying. You just want to get to the boss. It kind of kills the tension to me. Like, it stops being dramatic and it just is, like, annoying. But maybe I'm just complaining. I don't know. That last death, by the way, was completely my fault. Like, I mean, obviously, but that was just silly. One thing you can do, though, is if you have the alchemy coin or the mobile gear, you can throw it, and it'll blocks will come up along the path to show you the way. So, like, if I throw it there, it's like... Yeah, that's a thing you can do. And once you get to this part where you can kind of see a candle off to the side, there's no more stuff. I used a lot of magic, didn't I? If you actually stand on the mobile gear, it's a little, you can see it's a little bit faster than you're walking. And since you're walking such a long way, it's kind of handy, but... Yeah, words and stuff. Let's switch to the anchor. And here we have the Enchantress. And apparently we found out that the Enchantress is actually Shield Knight somehow transformed. I don't know. The whole story behind this game is a little weird, but just the whole retro style of it, just Shield just ends up being kind of superfluous anyways. So you can obviously reflect projectiles back at her, and she has this penchant for destroying the platform you're standing on, which is pretty annoying. And after the first phase, she finds herself below the stage. Oh geez, I'm dead. That was pretty silly. You know, I don't think I've ever actually died this many times on the final stage before. And the point of the anchor is to just try and hit her when she's down below. Whew. Man, I saved it there. So the little shiny blocks will restore the floor, so you have to be kind of a little strategic about where you place them, because they follow you, so... And now we're back to phase 1. And she's dead. But of course, that was not, in fact, even her final form. Now we have to catch Shield Knight once again. One of these times I have to make a point of not catching her there. Let's see what happens. Never actually done that. So for this fight, your health and magic are completely restored, which is pretty handy. So there's two little tricks you can do here. One of them involves the Dust Knuckle, one of them involves the Propeller Dagger. They're both basically the same tricks, really. So the idea for this fight is you have to use Shield Knight to get up high. You pogo off her shield, and you pogo off of the Enchantress's head 3 times. What the Dust Knuckles and the Propeller Dagger do is they let you stay up there. And I can't do the Dust Knuckles. I'll just do the Propeller Dagger method. So that's kind of the idea. I couldn't get on top of her to do any pogoing, but that's what it looks like when you do it from the side. And you can pogo off her head once she face smacks the ground as well, so that's cool. So yeah, that's the final boss, dead. It's actually a pretty easy once you know what to do. It might take you a minute to figure out how to actually hurt the final form of Enchantress, but so I guess Shield Knight's going to sacrifice herself for the greater good. So yeah, if you do that fight properly, it's really fast, and it's actually possible to Propeller Dagger efficiently enough that you basically never come down to the ground again. Like, you can do it enough that by the time your propeller doesn't keep you elevated anymore, you can Shield Knight is ready to pogo you back up into the air again, and it's pretty absurd. Apparently you can just stay up there forever if you get good hits with the Dust Knuckle, but I've never been able to do it. I don't know really why exactly. I guess I'm just bad, but yeah, so that was Shovel Knight. Obviously, well, I say obviously, but maybe it's not obvious. I find this to be a really entertaining game. I think it's really good. It's, I think, a really, I don't want to say really faithful tribute to NES-style platformers, because that's a little bit of a misnomer, I think. It feels kind of like a NES game, but it doesn't have quite the punishing difficulty. Like, don't get me wrong, this is a hard game, but it's not really hard in the way that NES games were. Like, it's not punishing difficulty, it's very, very fair difficulty. And I really appreciate that. Like, all in all, like, it's just a really solid game. I mean, there isn't a whole lot to say other than that. Like, it's simple, and it does its job really well. And it's really cool to see how it takes its influences from other games. Like, obviously, there's very Mega Man style stuff in here. There's the whole 8 Robot Masters, Wily Stages kind of style thing. And just the game in the whole feels like a Mega Man style platformer, where you've got your different weapons that you switch between, and you've got, I don't know, just difficult platforming. It's got its Castlevania feelings, where like the relics in this game feel kind of like a mixture between Castlevania's sub-weapons and Mega Man's sub-weapons. It feels very kind of like a good mesh between those two. And obviously you have, you know, I mentioned a few times throughout the game, you have stuff like the Zelda 2 style towns, the Some of the enemies feel kind of like enemies from Zelda 2. You've got the Super Mario 3 style world map, stuff like that. There's just all kinds of references all over the place, and it's very much just like a love song to the NES style platformers, and it's really cool to see something like that done with kind of like a modern outlook kind of to it. And I enjoyed it quite a lot. Words. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Also quite a lot. I think this sequence here where you're looking at all the knights could be maybe left out, but whatever. So I think that I'm probably going to end up doing more Shovel Knight after this. I don't know. I've just been playing a ton of Shovel Knight, and I don't really feel like I'm done yet, I guess. I think I mentioned at one point that I was thinking of doing speedruns of this game, so that might be something that I get into doing eventually, like doing legitimately. I'll just let the credits go at normal speed for now. You can speed them up a little bit, but I got words to make at you, dude. Okay, so anyways, as I was saying, I might not be done playing Shovel Knight, so there's a few things I've been thinking of doing. First off, there's a New Game Plus in this game. You get to keep all of your items, and you go back to the beginning of the game. The biggest difference that New Game Plus does is enemies, they do double damage to you, so that's pretty tough in some spots. The other thing is that there are no health refills. You come back to health or life with full health when you die, but the platters that contain chicken, almost all of them are bombs in New Game Plus. So health is a lot scarcer and you take a lot more damage. So that obviously ups the difficulty a lot. The other thing is that there are half as many checkpoints in each level, so you have to go a lot farther with the health that you have. So all those things combine to a much harder game. I have played through New Game Plus already. I might do more New Game Plus. I might do a playthrough for this Let's Play. I haven't really decided yet. I'll probably give it a try, but I don't know how well it will actually end up working, just because it's hard, and I think I've got the base game down pretty well by now, but New Game Plus is another thing entirely. Another thing I was thinking of doing was, I did a run of this game where I didn't buy any upgrades. So I didn't buy any relics, I didn't buy any armor, I didn't buy any shovel upgrades, I didn't buy any magic upgrades. Well, I didn't need magic upgrades because I didn't buy any relics. I didn't buy any meal tickets. I used the 3 meal tickets that you get from the game normally, but I did that for an achievement. There's achievements for doing stuff like that. But I found that particular run to be really fun. So like a no upgrades run. I might do one of those for this Let's Play just because I found it to be so fun. Just the way that the game plays differently when you don't have any relics at your disposal. It's just really interesting to me. So that may or may not happen. I don't know. Wow, 3 hours? That's actually quite a long time. 28 deaths is pretty good, but obviously 100% completion. 3 hours seems long. I don't know. I guess it's still a Let's Play, and I did get 100% items, so there's that. But yeah, that's about it for Shovel Knight. So I guess if and when I start doing New Game Plus, I will see you then. Catch you later.